What's up, grappling fans? My name's John Evans, and thanks for joining me again today for another Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament match. Today's match is going to be at the Abu Dhabi Pro Trials. This one is with Keenan Cornelius. This was during his debut performance at Black Belt, and this one's in the gi. Let's go ahead and check it out. Keenan, of course, wearing the Atos patch right there on the left-hand side, and his opponent, Gustavo Pires, I believe, is with Gracie Baja. And they are going to be going for it here, and the ref tells them to go. They slap hands, and they're looking to make grips. Keenan, a good passer, but typically likes to play guard. So right there you can see he grabs, double sleeve control, sits right back down to guard. Typically they will penalize you an advantage if you sit down to guard and you don't have grips, but I believe you don't specify that you need a dominant grip, so he grabs 2-on-1 on the sleeve, and that's good enough for the refs. He does not get a negative advantage. His opponent now passing to this right-hand side, which is not typical unless you're a lefty. Most people pass to the opposite side just because it's your right knee that comes through if you pass to the left-hand side. But Keenan, putting this foot on the biceps, able to take advantage of his opponent being out of position and sweeping him off to the side. His opponent is able to get his legs back underneath him and stands back up, and he has a grip on the inside of this shin, preventing Keenan's leg from circling to the inside and getting a nice spider hook. But Keenan is about to clear this grip off, which is probably what you'll see. He elects to just go ahead and grab the collar, so he's controlling this side of his opponent's body. This is conducive to breaking the grip here by kicking your leg out and going right for omoplata over this trapped arm. But his opponent, he's standing a little bit square up over Keenan. This can be tough. You can see he's starting to squat a little bit now as Keenan makes his De La Riva hook, but then goes right back over into the spider guard with a reverse De La Riva, so a modified spider. These are what the kids are doing these days out here at the playground. They are mixing up their spider guards. We didn't used to do this back in the early 2000s when half guard was brand spanking new. We made our spider guard with both feet on the biceps, and we liked it that way. But no, the new game is to, as you can see, especially a lot of the girls do it, they'll make one spider hook, and then they'll mix it up with a De La Riva or reverse De La Riva or foot on the hip, and then they have a lot of options from there. It's actually really great in the gi. So his opponent trying to get that knee through, just not able to make it happen, especially with that spider hook. Keenan now grabbing this collar and going into a reverse De La Riva. It looks like he's trying to spin upside down, go underneath, and you have a couple of sweeping options from there. Now making, wow, that was sneaky. He had a lasso hook with his right leg, and he tried to use that lasso, which is over his opponent's left arm, and go behind his opponent's left leg as well, which can really mess with their base. His opponent noticed this, kicked out right away, because that is a terrible position. And now his opponent grabs the lapel really low next to the waist, which can be a loose grip. As you can see, it's coming out of the... oh, man. It's coming out of the belt there, so it can move around quite a bit. His opponent is now having his base tested quite a bit because because Keenan is just giving him fits with these grips. He is making grips on the collars, making grips on the sleeves, and using his spider hooks to just push him around, off balance him, and here he is underneath this leg, and this is really bad. He goes into an X guard, and that's a terrible position. His opponent is able to just... wow, just leg work off to the side. That is very slick. That takes a lot of years of practice of hip movement. I mean, I guess you could get it down in a matter of weeks or months, but typically that one comes from just training jiu-jitsu a lot, being able to move your hips off to the side, nearly like a Thomas Flair in gymnastics, where you can kind of swing your feet around the pommel horse, that type of thing. It's that same type of hip movement where you can just move your hips to the side, put your hips on your opponent, and then get your legs back underneath you. His opponent able to do that, and because of that, able to get his guard back because he was in a very deep X guard, and that is not where you want to be against somebody the caliber of Keenan Cornelius, even though this is his first black belt tournament. As we all know, this kid is an up-and-comer, and he is really tough for anyone on any day. Here he has the cross-collar sleeve. It looks like he might be trying to arm drag from this close guard. You don't see Keenan playing a lot of close guard, but I'm sure it's excellent as he's so lanky that close guard is just that much tougher if the person is taller than you. Keenan putting both feet on the hips, you can elevate your opponent and sweep them right over your head if they get out of position, if they try to stand up too tall. But his opponent is recognizing this, gets his Toreando grips back. Keenan is now making this reverse De La Riva and trying to spin underneath once again, and he has this really deep grip with his arm around the leg, comes up on a single leg. His opponent sprawls, nicely done, and is able to scramble out of it. Keenan trying for the collar drag. His opponent has to fall off to the far side, now is in a good double unders passing position. Keenan, seeing this, is able to get his left leg back on the inside, and now is got his foot on the shoulder of his opponent. They're going to reset him because this referee was not having a good time trying to avoid the onslaught from these two of just barreling right into him. His opponent is sitting down now with one knee up and the other knee on the ground. I do not love this when you're passing because you can be ankle picked even just from the sitting position. If Keenan were to grab this ankle and push his opponent backwards, they'll fall right over like a ton of bricks. If you just are on both feet and crouched low, that will work, but Keenan's going for a berimbolo here, and he's about to come out and take the back. His opponent trying on a footlock, but this is no good because when your opponent has both hooks in like this and is coming to your back, and if his name is Mr. Cornelius, then you are trying to toe hold him, and it's not really working out too well, and he is probably going to choke you, or at least take your back. Although he has one hook in and the other hook is not quite in, he's trying to get that hook in. He does the right thing, comes over the back, sits up, and he's... Oh, does he get the choke? That was a really nice cradle choke. I believe he got the tap. Yes, he did get the tap. Fantastic stuff. So he didn't even get the points for that because he just said, screw it, I don't need both hooks. Hooks are for losers. I'm just going to go ahead and bow and arrow choke right over this guy. And he gets it. Nicely done. He looked really good. His opponent going after that toe hold, which is, I mean, not a great counter to the berimbolo. Probably just panicked. Keenan's such a mover, though. Congrats to Keenan. That, you know, he starts moving for that berimbolo, and maybe you just see a foot and you jump on it, and then all of a sudden he's on your back. So, very understandable, but it got him the tap by going for that berimbolo really aggressively and able to take the back from there. Thank you guys for watching once again. My name's John Evans, and until next time, goodbye.